Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it looks like I was gone another week after I said I was coming back, but what are you gonna do? I was busy. So I have to ask for your forgiveness for that. But I finally have a review of the bells for you all. And last time I tried to film this, I was, like I said, so tired. And it's been a while since I read it, so now I can't even really remember. I forgot. Okay, I didn't like forget everything, but I forgot a lot of things, like what I wanted to say. I have notes, but they were also semi-coherent. I wrote writing tasty. I don't know. So the Bells is about Camellia Beauregard. She was born a belle in this world called Orleans or Orleans. I don't know. It's the word. It's the word that comes after New in New Orleans, but I don't know how the French pronounce it. So I pronounce it Orleans. And she and her sisters are made to learn how to, or they know, they have the power to transform other people's appearances. Um, and so this Orleans place is sort of obsessed with beauty. So out of every generation of bells, a favorite is picked, and that favorite will stay at the royal palace and be in charge of the beauty of the queen, because it's a matriarchal society, and the royal family basically. So Camellia really wants to be the favorite, but she and her sister are sort of vying for it. They're all vying for it, all the sisters. And other than that, I feel like I can't tell you much more because that's when it sort of gets into spoilery territory. Um, but that's basically what the synopsis on the flap says. That's just my abridged version. So I loved this book. Like, I freaking loved this book. It was so, like, fast paced, but not like too fast paced. It was like fast paced in a way like I couldn't stop reading it. I couldn't put it down. I needed to know what happened next because there was always something happening next. There was always some mystery that you wanted to, or you needed to figure out or like learn more about. And the characters were so mysterious, and like everybody seemed to be suspicious to me, even Camellia sometimes. I was like, what's really real here? And that was magnified by the fact that anybody could change their appearance at any time and look different. And also just like there are so many motives, like underlying motives, that, I mean, the plot was just like so well put together. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I feel like for a young adult book, it was really stellar. I mean, I don't think I could do any better. The writing was surprising. It was so, like, luscious. Like, there's so many food descriptions, like food analogies, which is probably why I wrote tasty in my notes. Um, it it perfectly sort of encapsulated the sort of dreamlike quality of um, Orleans and the royal palace at first, and it sort of changed as the book went on, which um, was very interesting to read. The characters, I mean, I've heard or I've read other reviews that said the characters, a lot of them felt sort of 2D. I have to disagree. I mean, the characters that were most important I felt like they were developed, like well developed, and they had their their own personalities, their own like speaking voices. You know how some writers have a problem giving each person a voice. I felt like Danielle Clayton did a really good job making every character seem unique. But I felt like some characters weren't as developed, but that could have been because of the plot and because of this atmosphere of suspicion of all times. So, side note, there is the bury your gays trope. If you don't know what that is, it's when a creator creates something that has characters in it and creates a gay character only to kill them off. So it does have that trope, which is disappointing, but not surprising at all. Because, I mean, when are people just gonna stop killing gay people in, like, everything in movies, books, television shows, whatever? But I feel like this is important to point out just so that maybe Danielle Clayton can hear it and know that we're not really happy about it and maybe don't do it again. One of my favorite parts about the book was the setting in Orleans, and just it's a very much like Louis the 15th's France and the decadence, and just all of the descriptions of like the palace and the interesting things that were like original to the world, like post balloons. I'm still kind of confused about what those are, but if you read the book, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Also, teacup animals, like teacup lions, teacup monkeys, teacup giraffes. That was like really cool. And just sort of this whole feeling of like everything is beautiful, but there's something underneath it is rotten. I really, really liked that. I like that kind of setting in a book of like somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. But overall, I really, really, really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 9 out of 10, and I'd recommend this for people who like fantasy, like not the kind of fantasy like Game of Thrones, but more like a softer fantasy. And if you really like intrigue, because there's a lot of intrigue in this, a lot of secrets, a lot of things that get unearthed. So I'm definitely going to read the second book. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't think it even has like a cover yet, but I'm excited because I love it. I hate the cover though. I really just don't like it. It took me a while to notice how like weirdly blurry the cover is, but yeah. Despite that, I would recommend you pick it up because it's very good. And that is that. Thank you for watching. Comment down below if you read The Bells, how you felt about it, and what's my ending catchphrase? Be kind to yourself and stay cool. Peace.